get to it. All right. So we got Bitcoin here. Bitcoin. We've been waiting for this level right here, right?
Oh, my
Hitting
life.
this trend line, right? Now, last time it got to these levels, right, to on this trend line, these are wicks. They're just wicking down and rejects up. This time, we're ranging right now on this. Um, so I mean, this isn't I don't know. There's good that's good and bad. Okay, so a couple things here. We do see a potential bullish divergence happening here on the daily. All right, so we have lower right. The momentum is trending back up. Right, we could be printing an oversold dot here. Now we have been just psyched out like nonstop lately. It's been brutal trading on the daily. All right. But here we see some hope. Here, take your hopium here, all right? We're trending up in momentum, but we're getting lower prices. All right. So trending up in momentum, getting lower prices, that means market makers could be ready to start taking the price right back up and claiming these vector candle zones potentially. Now, there is a lot of FUD still going on. I know the markets could be in for a rough week. Mostly just a lot of fear selling, that kind of type of thing. So it's gonna be an interesting one because right today it looks like we could be seeing some a nice pump, a nice long trend upward, something maybe like this. Because look, the last time we saw something as nice as this was a while ago, but I mean, we had this nice pump. So this is what we're looking for, something like this. And we're seeing signs that this could be happening. But still, guys, 50 EMA is below the 200 EMA. That's bearish. So you can't really expect too much. Really, I mean, take your hopium. Just take your hopium and hope this is it. Because if it breaks that trend line, guys, if it breaks this trend line, if the price goes below this trend line, then we're looking at claiming this vector candle zone, which brings us down to the 28K zone. So we really, if we don't want, if you are a bull and you just want Bitcoin to go up, you really want it to hold this zone. Because if not, then all those 28Kers are likely right.
You want to know something
So
funny? Somebody commented on one of the trade analysis clips. We always clip this part out and put it on the channel later. But somebody commented on one a couple days ago, and they said, "You're right. It's going to 28K."
dude, I mean, if you go to like,
we're willing it into existence. I'm telling you.
it's programmed to, okay? It's programmed to go to
Oh, now
28K.
we're getting into the real conspiracy theories. Here we
Why
go.
is it
This
programmed
show's
to go
getting
to
fun.
28K? Why? Because we have these quick wicks down here. It's like if when it
Yep,
does this,
chickens
it
drink water every time.
dude. So I mean, this is on the weekly. It looks bad, guys. It looks bad. It looks like we're going to see lower prices. Like there isn't really anything really looking too good on the weekly. Monthly looks worse. Okay? Like why wouldn't it on the monthly chart? Like why wouldn't it come back down here? On the monthly chart, why wouldn't it claim this vector candle zone and go to 19? Why wouldn't it? Because no one cares. The market makers don't give two shits about the price of Bitcoin. They don't care about the price of Bitcoin. They
They
just
just want
chase
your liquidity,
liquidations. They just chase the liquidity, right?
your money.
Where are gonna people? And
Where's your money?
there's a ton of orders sitting down here, and there's a ton of liquidations to be had. All right. So when people, yeah, Bitcoin, there is no price that it should be, or what people actually think it's worth. The market maker doesn't care, okay? And neither should you. If you're just a hodler, sure, but I don't recommend hodling. Like, that's why I don't recommend it, because a lot of people are buying, because usually what that means is people buy in the pumps, and then they're just then they just sit here and they're like, oh man, and then they're selling down here. They're selling in these fears, right?
Yeah.
You can't be, because if you're
It's a
saying
game, psychological game.
that, yes, because if you're a hodler, you're basically saying that Bitcoin is going to be, we're gonna see more all-time highs, and that you don't, in reality is you don't know. You really don't. There's
Michael
no
Saylor
way of
said
knowing.
it's going to 100K.
Yeah, I mean, it totally could, but it also could just go down to 9K. I mean, the charts say that. Charts
Ghost
say,
of
hey, man.
McAfee visited me over the weekend in my sleep. He woke me up and he whispered in my ear. He said, "100K. It's going to 100K."
Yeah, like a lot of people don't quite, like, if you go, yeah, man. I mean, look at all those vector candle zones, and all of this
Yeah.
was just, it was down in these prices just a couple years ago. Like, wasn't that long ago. Like, why can't it go down this level?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I just don't.
We're
I don't
renaming
care
the
about the
show to the
price of Bitcoin because,
FUD Factory. That's the new name of this show.
well, right now I'm telling you to take your hopium, because that's what
That's all
you
we
need.
got.
But it's yeah, that's all you got right now, man. It's not. Yeah, because it's looking like there's a much better chance of it going to 28K before it gets back up to, like, what, 50, you know? But that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. Okay, enough with Bitcoin. Let's take
Amazing.
a look at the
Oh yeah.
ape, because this was absolutely nutso.
And look at
Jeez,
the
man,
look, it's doing a perfect little pattern there. I mean, what if on that chart you were just showing, I mean, and what if it
the
does
week.
recover? I don't know. It's interesting. What a
Yeah, like,
perfect little
here's the
pattern
futures.
right there, little flag.
This is pretty. I
Whoa.
mean,
Oh, that's insane. Okay, that's insane.
yeah, that's freaking disgusting,
That's
man.
horrifying,
That's
actually. Yeah.
gross. Yeah.
Okay. Get out of this view.
But yeah, I mean, we could totally see the price coming
Ouch.
back down to like $10, $13 area. Um, but let's take a look at the daily, because this is, you could totally just easily see, like, right, it was like, what, this was the mint? No, the mint was the 30th, right?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this was mint day. So here, right, we had this giant dump, and I was like, okay, this is when I was like, this is going to be a great time to buy, right? You're just kind of shaking everyone out, and then you're gonna go skyrocket to the moon after mint, and everyone hoards ape, and everyone's all super stoked on how great the mint went, and it's just like everyone's making money. It's gonna be huge bull run for ApeCoin, and no, absolutely, that we all know it happened. So then it just tanked, started to sell off, and I was like, oh shit. And then this, and I was like, oh shiz. So it's, guys, it's going down. But let's see, how far do we
Into
think
zero.
it's going to go down for? 4 hour looks like we could be, we're bouncing, we could be bouncing off the 200 EMA here. But we could also just kind of chase down these vector candle zones that's around $11. Yeah. See, I could totally see the price coming down here, and creating, because this has been a pretty strong form of resistance for ApeCoin. Ever since it broke it,
Yeah.
it's gone down and retested it quite a bit. Like here, yeah, the $10 zone, so strong. So we'll see when it gets down there before I ate back in. But yeah, yes. But yeah, because buy the FUD. Buy the FUD. Okay, what are our biggest losers and winners? Geez, Near is down 4, it looks like. Really, so here on the daily, yeah, we really are extended away from the 50 EMA.
Hopefully it's finding support right around there.
Right. Yeah, we could be hitting support here. We do look like on the daily we could be printing And a lot of the charts are showing this. So I might be putting in some orders because on the Bitcoin, we could be at a huge, bullish divergence. I don't see a bullish divergence forming here for near, but yeah, you would want to see the price return to the 50 MA. It extended quite a bit from it. This is a means reversion, essentially, style of trading here, where you see the price be moving away from moving averages, and then you're buying in, thinking, hey, it likes to return. But we could be seeing just a pump, challenge to 50 MA, and then lower prices. Is what I'd kind of expect with near right now. Let's see what else. What do we got? Luna is up 2%. What is Luna doing?
And Sol too.
It's just still, again, it really tried to stay above the 50 MA here, but just couldn't, and then started treating it as resistance. So right now, I would bet that 50 MA is going to be resistance, but let's see what happens. That's what it's looking for, like right now, is that it's more likely it's going to be resistance, right? It's just doing a retest before we get some lower prices there. All right. Well, anything else you want me to check out here?
Check out Sol real quick. Let's check out
Sol.
real
Yeah,
quick.
we were looking at
Since
Sol.
we
We were
talked
talking about
what happened to it today. Yeah. It's been
yeah. Here's the daily. It's looking like it's
a rough
respecting
couple
some
weeks,
support right here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd say this is a pretty strong level of support here. Support. Tried to get it under. Nope, couldn't do it. So yeah, it's a pretty strong level of support. So, and we could be seeing a buy signal here. See, this is where you like to see the buy signals, right? Right at as supports. This is where you like to see it.
Yeah.
And not here. When I say, oh, we're diddling in the middle, like when we were buying that, and when I had the bot just kind of buying just to do stuff, I'm like, we're buying in the middle, and this is what I mean, right? We aren't really at the strongest level of support. We're at some support here, no doubt. This is some support here, no doubt. So it wouldn't be that terrible to bet on that. But once it breaks down, it's like, get out, because it's likely going to go down to this level of support. Or get out and then short and play down to this level. Get out long, just play the support and resistance game, and you should be all right.